Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Dragon Quest XI. Last episode, we got Serena back in the party. Yay! And for good measure, let's go ahead and change the lineup. Sorry, Rab, but, you know, Serena. Rab has way more MP than Serena does, though. Alright, we see no reason to fight that thing. Let me go grab that thinking sense. You're not going to let me ride in here, are you? No, you are. But we're going to grab you. The vicious runny exoskeletons. Okay. So there is Pep Up. I'm not going to use it. I'll go ahead and Giga Slash. I wasn't actually expecting it to take out 3 of them, but okay. I'm good with that. Rab gains a level to 50, 6 hit points, 7 MP, 3 strength, 2 resilience and agility, 3 deafness, 4 magical might and mending, 2 charm, and 8 more skill points. We'll hold off. Okay, let's go ahead and dismount. Let's go ahead and get inside. Immediately move away from your friends. Boing! Boing! I love these things. These are so much fun. Oh, hi, statue that I actually didn't even notice was there. I get the butterfly wing. Don't fall all the way down, please. Don't jump into him. So many new statues around here. Someone has really done done quite some work improving the area. I'm glad I can still cross here. All right. I think I end up missing a thing there, but well, there's definitely been some damage dealt. How are these things still burning?
Awful. It was so beautiful here before.
It kind of still is.
Our poor little angels. Veronica, Serena, please come back. We'll do anything.
Well, poop. That means that Veronica's not here. Is Veronica up on Hoto? Oh, God. Have I done all this and I could have had Veronica a while ago?
Fidelis, Alma, you must not lose hope. Veronica and Serena are the heirs to the power of that most holy of sages. As long as they are together, there is nothing that can...
Yeah, they're not exactly together, and that tells me that, no, you can't get Veronica yet.
Oh.
Serena?
That comment.
Is it really you? Mother? Father? You're alive!
Oh, Serena, my little angel. I never thought I'd see you again.
Not gonna engage in huggles? Oh.
Serena, my child, have you come back to us alone? What of Veronica?
She's not here. But I thought she must have made her way home already.
Don't worry, if you're thinking she's dead, no one else has been, so it's okay. She'll still be alive. Somewhere.
She's certainly somewhere nearby. I can sense it. Somewhere north of here.
Oh. Oh?
You can really tell where she is?
That's a pretty impressive power.
Yes, it's her. I know it is. We have to go and find her.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Oh, Serena, it is such a relief to see my darling daughter safe and well. But where is Veronica? Our daughters have been inseparable ever since the day they were born. To see one without the other is unnerving. I pray that she is unharmed.
Well, I mean, they were separated for a little while when I first met them.
I have been beside myself with worry that some fiendish monster might have hurt my little angels. How wonderful it is to see my dear Serena again. I only pray that Veronica too is safe. Please, my darling, come home. When the world tree fell, I feared that we would never see you or your friends again. But now you have returned to us, all of you save one. Pray, go with Serena to the grove north of the village and seek out her twin.
That's interesting.
The holy land of Arboria has been sullied beyond repair by Mordegon's wickedness. There is naught we can do but await our annihilation. The herbs and flowers that I spent many long years cultivating have all withered away. If the plants should die, then so too will the insects, then the birds, then all the animals. All life in this world will come to an end.
Well, I'm here. I'll prevent that. But seriously, I mean, now first of all, I'm not burning up here, but shouldn't this have faded by now? I mean, it's been like 8 months supposedly. Or something. Maybe I'm misremembering, or maybe the game is just a little confused.
Ah, Luminary, what brings you to this quiet corner of Arboria? There is naught beyond this point save a small and secluded copse. It is a place of little significance to anyone, except perhaps Veronica and Serena. They often played there as children.
Well, let's see if we can find,
You think Veronica's really here? If she is, she's keeping a low profile.
Well, maybe she's scared of what you're wearing.
When we were children, Veronica and I would often come to this grove to play. I was sure she would be waiting for me here.
Maybe she's been petrified or turned into a tree or something.
Veronica! Veronica, where are you? Oh.
Oh,
Ah, there she is. I knew it.
has she been sleeping here the whole time?
Wake up, lazy bones. You'll catch cold sleeping outside like this. Veronica? Look, her staff is shining, and so is the mark on your hand. Do you think if you touch it, you might have one of your visions?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking of that, but since you mentioned it, sure, we can try it. Ald is transported back to that dark day. Uh-oh.
Oh no! This can't be happening! If Yggdrasil falls, the world will...
Well, I mean, for the most part, the world was okay. Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, other than Heliodor. Oh. So it was the staff that saved, or it was Veronica. I was wondering how that worked.
I have to do something. only ones who can save this world! Don't let me down!
What about you?
You have to go on without me, Serena. Look after the luminary.
I'm not sure what she said right there.
Veronica, you gave your life to save us.
I almost feel bad having Sylvando wearing that. But at the same time, we have Zing.
No.
Oh, darling. Even in your final moments, you were thinking of your friends.
She can't be dead. I have a cat suit.
No!
Oh, Veronica.
Why must the good die young?
Because that's a song lyric.
She wasn't here after all. She's gone.
Yeah, but her staff is here. It got here somehow.
But I will not let her death be in vain. Where she led, I must follow. I have to tell everyone. I have to tell Mother and Father.
Let's wait. Maybe we can find a way to resurrect her. I mean, you know, there is always the Kazing spell that no one has gotten yet. There's also those wish plants that we got for the little girl. Oh. No, we're not going to have that? Alright. I mean, to be fair, you might not have done that. Serena tells the people of Arboria the sad news of Veronica's sacrifice. That same day, the keepers hold a memorial service.
O great and glorious Yggdrasil, whose holy heart is the symbol of all life, today we mourn the loss of a beloved child of Arboria. Though she came into life with another of your hallowed leaves, she departed this realm alone. May she one day return to you and bloom again upon your branches.
I refuse to accept that she's dead. Like, dead. She'll come back.
I thank you all for gathering here today to celebrate the life of my dear sister. Even in her darkest hour, Veronica thought not of herself, but only of protecting the luminary.
Well, and you.
She was a keeper to the last.
And the rest of us.
Now, I ask that each of you offer up a lock of hair to the sacred flame, that its light may guide her on her way back to the World Tree.
What about the bald people?
Oh, Veronica, my little angel. Ah. Curse you, Mordigan. Why could you not have taken me instead?
Well, you weren't there. You didn't come along for the fight. Things might have been different if you had.
My darling, darling daughter. How could you leave us without saying goodbye?
She didn't exactly have a whole lot of choice in the matter.
Serena appears steadfast despite her grief. But the sight of her poor parents is heartbreaking indeed.
My child, I must speak with you and your friends. When you have a moment, please come to the cathedral.
Okay.
Oh, Veronica, my little angel. Never in my darkest nightmares did I imagine that such a day would ever come. It is all my fault. I should never have allowed my dear darling daughters to go on such a dangerous journey. Please forgive your fool of a father.
They kind of had to.
Oh, my poor daughter. How terrible must you have been your fate for only your staff to be returned to us. If only you two had not inherited the soul of the holy sage. Would that you had been ordinary little girls, and that we could have lived in peace.
Yeah, but then the world would have, you know, been destroyed and everything.
Ever since she was a little girl, Veronica loved to play with magic. She would throw fireballs and bolts of lightning into the sky just for the fun of it.
Oh, she didn't have... See, now I know you're lying. You're a spy for Mordigan. She doesn't have lightning magic, I do.
But no matter how dangerous the powers she played with, she took great care to ensure that no living thing was injured in the process. She was always thinking of others.
Kind of impressed that they're keeping these fires going in the rain.
It breaks my heart to see Veronica's parents' grief. I know what it is to lose, what it is like to lose a child. I would not wish such pain on anyone. How is one meant to live when one's hope for the future has been so cruelly snatched away?
Are these the new parents when we came here last?
When Veronica was a little girl, she told me she wanted to be a teacher of magic when she grew up. Now that dream will never come true. She was still so young. Did she lead a happy life, do you think? The grief that Fidelis and Alma feel is evident, but what of poor Serena? I could not help but be moved by how she carried herself during the service. She and Veronica were so close, and yet for her parents' sake, she shed not a single tear. The anguish she feels must be beyond human expression.
Maybe she doesn't believe that, Maybe she doesn't believe that Veronica's dead.
Is Veronica dead? Does that mean she isn't going to come back again? I remember the day when the twins departed to seek out the luminary and stand guard over him. They swore that they would lay their lives on the line and shield him from harm. Perhaps they understood the true significance of those words. But I, for one, never expected such a tragic end to this tale.
They were such a happy family. I remember well the joy in Fidelis and Alma's faces the day their daughters were gifted unto them. How could such a terrible thing happen to such good people? It is so unfair.
I have always wondered why Almighty Yggdrasil would choose for the holy sage Serenica to be reincarnated as not a single person but two. Perhaps she knew that this tragedy would come to pass, that though Veronica would lose her life, she would ensure that Serena lived on. Fate is cruel indeed. Serena told us what happened, that Veronica sacrificed herself to keep you from Mordigan's grasp. How vexing it is to know that the hated Lord of Shadows is sneering down at us even now. Yet there was nothing we could do to strike back at him.
Nope, no one's up there. Oh, we got like Yggdrasil leaves up the wazoo right now. I think I've used one in the game so far. Partly because the game gave me a zing pretty quick. Well, relatively quick. And I'm over level.
Veronica and Serena were inseparable. Ever since they were little girls, they were always together. When I saw that Serena had returned to us but Veronica had not, I feared the worst. After witnessing the horror of the World Tree falling to Earth, our hopes turned to Veronica and Serena, but now those hopes have been answered with further tragedy. The Lord of Shadows has stolen everything from us, our lives, our happiness, even our hope.
Most of you guys are still alive, though, sir.
My sister sacrificed herself to protect me from the rocks that fell from the sky when Yggdrasil crashed to the ground. I know how Veronica's mother and father must feel. Veronica and my sister both died to save the people they loved. But how can we live on when people we love are no longer with us?
To sacrifice one's own life to save others is a truly heroic deed. But no matter how moving a tale it might make, it is a tragedy nonetheless.
Now that such a terrible fate has befallen Veronica, what of Serena? Will she continue to travel with you despite the dangers? But forgive me, this is a decision for her and her alone.
Well, no, actually, she's in my party now, so it's my decision.
Veronica's staff. I made it for her specially as a parting gift.
Oh, I was actually thinking maybe it was passed down from Serenica.
I had hoped that it would aid her on her journey, but little did I know where that journey would lead. When a feller keeper passes away, it is our custom to offer a lock of hair to the fire, that the flames of its burning might light our kinsman's way back to the World Tree. Long ago, it was thought that a person's memories were intertwined with their hair. By releasing...
Wow, that must suck for people getting their hair cut.
By releasing those memories in the fire, a small part of all of us would leave with our departed friend.
Shouldn't you want to keep your departed friend with you rather than send yourself off with them?
Many people lost their lives in the day after the fall, and yet I was convinced that Veronica would have escaped unscathed. Serena, on the other hand, I fully expected to die, but oh, Veronica, I miss you so much. I was so looking forward to hearing all about your travels.
So, if they're really going to pull Veronica away, then I would imagine that Serena would get all of her character builder tiles. And it would make, you know, and then the starting point would have 6 coming off of it. Maybe that will happen, but I'm still pretty sure that Veronica's coming back. So part of it is that, like in Final Fantasy IV, when you constantly were getting and losing party members, it actually did make sense that when someone seemed to die, that you would think that they would die because people kept coming and leaving, and by the time people started, like, quote-unquote dying, which not that many did, I mean, really only Tella, you know, you had seen more people than you could have in your 5-person party, and there was no reserves. So it really made it possible to seem like people were dying in that game. Even though, you know, they kind of defanged it by having almost none of them actually die. In this game, since we have reserves and since there's 8 slots, I mean, there's clearly space there for 8 if we go into items. I mean, Veronica's still there showing up, and there's only enough space for 8. I kind of feel, you know, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that just from a game perspective, she's not going to be dead permanently.
Forgive me for summoning you here at this time of sadness, but there is something I believe you will be eager to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You came in search of the sacred conveyance upon which Erdwin and his allies rode out to face the Dark One, did you not?
Yep.
How did you know that?
Well, I mean, Mordegon's castle's... Sorry. Mordegon's castle is flying in the sky. We need to get up there, and none of us can actually fly. It's kind of obvious.
For some
This was a
days
teleporter.
before your arrival, Holy Yggdrasil granted me another vision.
That too. Did Yggdrasil not give you a vision of it being destroyed?
I saw you, honored luminary. You were standing alongside Serena upon a great white object that transported you to an island in the sky. A strange and beautiful place.
Oh.
And you think this was a vision of the future?
I do. For in my dream, Veronica was not with you. I have been greatly troubled as to what her absence might mean. I had hoped and prayed that my fears were unfounded, yet, alas, they were not.
Well, you know. So, a place in the sky that's beautiful. That's certainly not Mordegon's castle. Which probably means that there's another flying thing out there that we can get to with this. Would make sense considering that we have a quest that we can't do yet, and we've basically visited every place other than Mount Fuji. Veronica's probably there.
Which
Probably gonna
made
be
me
another city.
wonder if the conveyance upon which you stood might also be real. And then I remembered. Cetacea. The legends tell of a divine being who soared through the skies on silver wings. A beast summoned to Erdwin's side by a mystical melody.
We're getting the big whale?
Perhaps it was upon Cetacea's back that you rode in my vision. And perhaps the island upon which you alighted is the next step on your journey.
Seems like that is accurate. Probably true.
I intend to scour the annals for indications of how she might be summoned.
Why didn't you do
I
this
will
already?
inform you forthwith if my researches should prove fruitful.
Okay, but why didn't you do this already?
No. The day's unhappy events have surely taken their toll. Rooms have been prepared for you all at the inn. Pray, rest a while.
I might head back to Mount Fuji, since, you know, that is a dangling thing that we have not done yet. And it seems mostly side questy.
The heavenly isle that I saw in my dream must surely be your next destination, and Cetacea the means by which you will reach it. I shall peruse the annals for any hints as to how this magical being might be summoned. Should I discover anything of note, I shall inform you forthwith. But for now, I bid you good night. I have asked the innkeep to prepare rooms for you at the inn. Pray, go to him and sleep soundly.
Yeah, it looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? Ald reads the inscription on the stone. The fall, almighty Yggdrasil, whose holy heart is the source of all life, was laid low by the Dark One. So it's happened before. The Nascents, the birth of Erdwin, luminary of legend, marked the beginning of the Age of Heroes. Ald reads the inscription on the stone. The Reckoning. Erdwin and his faithful companions ventured forth to face the Dark One in mortal combat. Ald reads the inscription on the stone. The Ascension. After triumphing over the Dark One and restoring peace to Erdrea, the Luminary ascended to the heavens to watch over us forevermore. Alright, well for now, let's see if we can head back here.
Wait, old Father Benedictus said that he had prepared rooms for us at the inn. It would be awfully rude of us to ignore his kind offer, don't you think?
Yeah, but I want to see what's out there. Alright, fine. But before we do that, we will go ahead and save. And when we come back next time, we will take a rest at the inn and see what happens on the morrow. See you then, everyone.